All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, bearing great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing and salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and the truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai. We're living in beautiful times. We're seeing, our enemy, all right, the wicked Esau Edom, his kingdom, collapse. All right, this devil, is being confounded. Okay, and the Most High is making this man look foolish, towards the end of his empire. Okay, and all this wickedness that this man has done, to establish his kingdom, and as he tries to transition, to a new order, okay, of this wicked kingdom, well, we've seen the Lord is intervening, okay, and this man is looking very foolish, man, okay, because when you go into the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, and verse 22, it says, without counsel, purposes are disappointed. Okay? So the Lord has this man moving without counsel. Okay? The way that this man is moving is not wise. Okay? He got so much going on. He got so many narratives going on. They're overlapping each other and it's starting to conflict. Okay? He got a lot that he got to try to pull off, man. You see? So the Lord got this man moving very foolishly, man. The Most High is sabotaging everything that Esau Edom is trying to do. Let's look up this word sabotage, and then we'll get some more precepts. All right. So you go into sabotage. It says sabotage. It says to deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something, especially for political or military advantage. Okay. So we're seeing, the Lord intentionally bring this man down. The Most High is sabotaging Esau. You see, Esau used to playing both sides and having the ups and being so many steps ahead of everyone else, but he's not ahead of the Most High. You see, that's who he's not ahead of. He's not ahead of Yahweh Shai. Okay? And he's playing right into the sabotage of the Most High. Okay? So we're seeing this man being deliberately destroyed, damaged, and obstructed. Okay? In his enterprise, man. Okay, because you go back here to Proverbs 15 and 22, it said, without counsels, okay, without counsel, purposes are disappointed. And what has the Lord done to Esau's counsel? Okay, when you go here to the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, which is speaking of Egypt, and it's speaking of America, man, because this Egypt that you're speaking of is America in the spirit. Okay, Isaiah 19 and 11 says, what fools are the officials of Zoan? Their best counsel to the king of Egypt is stupid and wrong. Okay? So Esau's advisors, which, the devil, he summons demons. He deals with Satan on a high level. Okay? He's used, he got these think tanks, that give him his ideas and suggestions and these teaming nights. That's why scripture says there's no more wisdom in teaming, because there's no more good ideas. There was a time when this devil used to implement certain ideas and win, because it was his time to win. It was his time to prosper, okay, in his wickedness, man. But now it's time for him to be judged in his wickedness, man. Okay, so now the counsel that he's getting, okay, is terrible, man. Okay, start this war, start this conflict, sabotage this, do that, bring out ICE, do this psyop, do this false flag, do this, and it's like, damn. Okay, make AI replace the Most High. Put a C up in everybody. Let's do smart cities. Let's do data centers. He's getting terrible advice, man. Okay, and it's leading to his end. It said, what fools are the officials of Zoan that best counsel to the king of Egypt is stupid and wrong? Will they still boast to Pharaoh of their wisdom? Okay, the devil like to boast of his high IQ. Okay, you know, it says, while they dare brag, it said, will they dare brag about their wise ancestors? Yeah, they brag about, you know, the ingenuity and, you know, the so-called white man is so innovative. He's always just been this innovative nation that always prospered and came out on top and, you know, manifest destiny and, you know, natural selection and all this scientific racism that he pushed about his superiority. Well, let's see what they do now. You've been bragging about the superiority of the so-called white race for all these centuries and what they've done and accomplished and without them, and if it wasn't for them, okay, now we need that. Now we need to see that superiority more than ever. You see, now this is the time where you need to be superior, okay, because you're falling. Okay, so now we want to see all this superiority and, you know, scientific racism. Now it's being put to the test, man. Okay, the Most High is going to have this man looking more foolish, and the Most High finna embarrass this devil, man. That's what's getting ready to happen. Okay, it says, where are your wise counselors, Pharaoh? Let them tell you what the Most High plans, what the Lord of Heaven's armies is going to do to Egypt. Okay, so are your is Esau's think tanks and his prognosticators and astrologers and witches and warlocks, are they gonna tell him it's over? Are they gonna tell this nigga pack it up? Okay, pack that new world order up. Okay, they gonna tell him that? You see? Nah, man, they gonna tell this nigga. They gonna tell this nigga like he got a chance. They gonna tell him to go forth with the agenda. Okay, they gonna tell him, look, do this false flag, do this. All right, bomb this nation, go to war here. Let's do this. Let's sabotage this. Let's destroy the middle class. Okay, they gonna tell this nigga to go forth with the agenda, man. Okay, and he's gonna lose. And it says, the officials of Zoan are fools, and the officials of Memphis are deluded. The leaders of the people have led Egypt astray, man. And Esau has led the earth, all right, to nothing but judgment. The Lord is finna judge the earth behind Esau's leadership. Okay? The earth gonna rail to and fro like a drunkard. Okay? The Lord has allowed these nations to stockpile nuclear warheads, all right, for judgment. Okay? So here it is. This devil's leadership has led the earth to nuclear war. It's foolish. Okay? Why would you even mass produce that type of weaponry, man? You see? Because the Lord put the spirit on that nigga to do that. And now a lot of these nations have these weapons. Okay? And then in the midst of everything, he just being an asshole. America, you know, just going around being this asshole in the earth and making everybody hate these niggas, man. Okay? So the leadership of America is going to cause all the citizens of America, okay, to be nuked outside of the elect. The elect is going in them chariots, man. Lord will, we in that dirt, we going up, man. You know? But you citizens, all right, your government is making all these moves to try to forward, okay, their new world order agenda, and it's just gonna lead to you American citizens being nuked, man. Okay, being obliterated, man, turned to a desert. Okay? And it says, verse 14, the Lord has sent a spirit of foolishness on them so that their suggestions are wrong. All right, so all their suggestions are wrong. They cause Egypt to stagger like a drunk in his vomit, man. Okay, so we're seeing Esau Edom moving and staggering like a drunk man. He's all over the place, man. Okay, he's all over the place trying to figure it out, man. Trying to pull this off, man. Okay, and it's looking bad for him. You see, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, it's only going to get worse until this man, all right, is completely wiped off the map. Until America is wiped off the map. All right, and the survivors of you heathens are going into captivity, man. All right, beginning with the elites of Esau, Edom. Okay, this is where, okay, your counsel has led you, man. Your foolish counsel has led you to this point. Okay, who idea was it to let's replace the Most High with technology? Okay, that was a foolish suggestion, man. Okay, but the Lord got to where this nigga thinking like this is great, like we got it. Okay, he believed his own hype. Okay, and he's gonna find out, the very hard way, man, that he was overrated the whole time, and the Most High allowed this man to do what he did the whole time. He has no true power of himself. Okay, let's get this in Isaiah 44, starting at verse 24, and it said, "Thus said the Lord." I said, "Thus said the Lord thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb." All right. I am the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. Okay. And it's the Heavenly Father, man. And he's the Redeemer of Israel, his people, because he's finna redeem his people back to power, beginning with the elect. He's finna install his son, Yahweh Shai, as King of Kings and Lord of Lords forever in righteousness, man. That's what's getting ready to happen. You see? And you devils, you don't have no counsel that's going to overcome that. Okay, you don't have no bright idea, okay, that's going to overcome what the Lord getting ready to do. Okay, verse 25, they're frustrated the tokens, okay, of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, and turneth wise men backward, and make their knowledge foolish. Okay, so the Lord's allowing us to see this real time that he's making these devils' knowledge foolish, man. Okay, the way that these Esau was finishing this thing out, man, is very foolish, man. He's finna crash and burn. Okay? He's finna crash and burn, man. Esau he's gonna have the record of the biggest crash out ever, man. Okay? No one, all right, is ever, all right, crash like this nigga's finna crash out, man. Okay? So going back to Proverbs 15, all right, this book of Proverbs 15 and 22, it says, without counsel, purposes are disappointed. Okay? And the devil purpose is finna be disappointed. But in the multitude of counselors, they are established, man. Okay? And we have become a part of the council of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. You see, we're within the inner courts, okay, of the Lord's counsel, understanding his will going forward and what he wants and what he's finna bring to the earth. You see? So the counsel of the Lord, all right, is to establish a righteous kingdom in the earth forever. You see, and we're privy to that counsel. Okay, matter of fact, let's go here. What it says in Amos chapter 3. It's Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Okay, let's read this in the NLT. Indeed, the sovereign Lord never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets. You see? So the Lord includes his prophets on his counsel, on what he's getting ready to do. Okay? And that's the counsel that's going to stand. You see, Esau, he's trying to work against that counsel, and he's going to lose. Okay? And it's within the Lord's will for him to try to work against that counsel. Okay? So he's fulfilling the will of the Lord. Okay? But his agenda, his counsel is not going to stand. The counsel of the Lord, that's what's going to stand. And he reveals that counsel to the prophets, man. Okay? That's how we know without a doubt it's over for him. Because the Most High said it's over for him, man. Okay? And that's what's going to be established is the counsel of the Lord. Let's go here, Isaiah 46. Isaiah 46:9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times of things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Okay? My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure, man. So the Heavenly Father, his counsel gonna stand. Esau counsel not gonna stand. Okay, this new world order and technology and technocracy and re-engineering humans and re-engineering creation and trying to patent everything after his image, and no, man, that's not gonna stand. Okay, that's a vain imagination, man. The counsel of the Lord, that's what's going to stand, man. And he makes his prophets privy to that counsel. So we're watching the counsel of the Lord play out exactly how he said it would, man. From the war to the pestilence to the MOTB, to the us awakening. Okay, the civil unrest, Jacob's trouble, everything is playing out according to the counsel of the Lord. Okay, and Esau, Edom, he's running his course. There ain't much left for this devil to do, man, but to fulfill his role in prophecy and get his ass out of there, man. Okay, so that was the point. Lord will, you brothers and you sisters edified once again. I'm going to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the whole elect. Shalom.